Howdy, howdy. Oh, I should test it first. Testing 1, 2. Yeah, it's working perfectly fine. Groovy. Howdy, lay howdy. It is a fine morning, is what I'd say if I actually gave a shit. But it's a decent morning, like the sun's out, it's decent condition of weather. But other than that, life is still pain, just as usual. And what makes it a little more exciting though today is we got a response video to my boy Bryn Cloud. It's all angry and shit, so it's just like, bruh, what the fuck? I was mentioned in the previous video, and so I'm like, okay, cool. Reed McLeod will respond to this dude, and I'm just like, look, watching this drama, and so I'm gonna respond to the drama, just like, I like to watch drama. Drama's interesting. But moral story is, dang, what the fuck is going on in the antinatalist, epilist, promortalist community? It's just wild, and people need to chill. People need to chill, bro. Switch account.
I've watched about two of your videos all the way through, and I've been watching your shorts. I don't know what you're about. I don't know why you're blowing up the Ephilism. Uh, let's call it the Ephilism YouTube forum, the updated version. I don't know why you're blowing it up. Um, it just seems like everything it just seems like a black person wants to cover up all the details. I mean, is veganism not a part of ephilism? You're not going to talk about veganism, but you're going to talk about females all day. See, this is why I have a problem with you meat eaters, because you just talk about females all day. Probably after you just split a fucking semen sample in your toilet or on a tissue or whatever. I mean, whatever y'all are doing. I mean, I don't believe that y'all are celibate. I really don't believe y'all are celibate. Uh, at least somebody going around saying the N word 50 times in a video. I mean, it's just so ignorant. I mean, I don't know how.
Who is he talking to? Lonely Black Pillar. Oh, okay. I don't know who that is. Christ. He's going at that guy. Anyways, we're gonna watch his Reed McLeod video. Which he goes crazy and he just goes fucking off. It's
Yeah, bro.
wild.
I don't really care. I mean, if you want to get me heated, you can get me heated. If you want me to say some things, if you want me to make a long video, if you want me to talk faster, I can do all that for you. I really don't care. But I'm not going to be.
I mean, we just want a response for you knowing why the fuck you're calling him out. Really, given that primordialism implies it's better off for one to die, not that you ought to die. So it's just kind of like, you're saying that we ought to die. So it's just kind of like, yo, bro, where's your evidence to back that up? Given if we can essentially prevent one person from coming into existence, that's a whole lot of pain prevented. Howdy, Seb. How's it going?
It's going fine.
How do you do?
Also, how are you? Are you
Ah,
making responses?
I'm doing all right. I'm just making a response to this guy who's talking to Reed McLeod, some drama.
Your dumbass communist comrade. I don't even know what you're talking about. You're obsessed with 1984. You're obsessed with Ayn Rand. You don't care about David Benatar at all. I mean, you say I didn't.
Here's the thing, I don't like Ayn Rand either, but when it comes down to it, to each their own. Not really to each their own. Ayn Rand's a dumb bitch, but when it comes down to it, hey, if Ayn Rand is the most disagreeable thing that I have to know about Reed McLeod, then I'm just gonna like, okay. Frankly, that's not that disagreeable. There's some things about Ayn Rand that I respect. Most things about her, I think, are just a bunch of narcissistic jargon that fuels egoism. But hey, it's what it is. What you looking for? Your phone? Anyways, Mom just peeked her head
Didn't
out here,
mention
but
Benatar. I've never heard you mention Benatar in one of your videos ever. And I've been listening to you for at least a year. I mean, you don't even mention goddamn antinatalism. You just mention all this bullshit about how you want to be in love and how you want women and all this shit for your stupid.
well, he does a lot more than that. But fair enough. You can talk like an asshole, I guess, random dude.
Little fucking collective community. You're a fucking bitch. You're a bitch made fucking bitch. And all you care about is your fucking community. You don't care about putting your fucking words on the line. You don't care about any of that shit. None of you do. And that's why I don't care about any of you fuckers.
I mean, he definitely puts his words in the line more than most people. He's just not willing to do an unnecessary call for violence like you are. So, Ripperoni Dragon Boy, uh, it's just kind of how it is. We're not willing to hurt the community as a whole just for some silly whimsical hope that we're gonna somehow cause a spark with all the violence. That's not gonna work, and it's gonna hurt the community slash your overall movement, which the future is more important than the present and our little ego gratification, unlike what he seems to him with his superficial insults seems to really understand.
And I don't care if the fucking neighbors call the cops on me for saying this. It's bullshit. You people fucking suck. You people fucking suck. All of you. And yeah, you should. You really fucking should. And I wouldn't fucking care any less. Maybe your parents would, but you shouldn't care about them either. So why does that matter? And here you are going to send all this glib nonsense. Just glib nonsense, Rita, for real.
Hey, comrades. I over.
Oh, hey comrades, I just took a big shit and ate a bunch of candy and went to the store and raped 3 girls.
Yeah, why don't you talk about what Stephen Godfrey called you out for, assaulting women? Why don't you talk about that? Or why don't you talk about what you got a felony for? You think anybody really cares about that? You don't want to slander yourself, or do you want to go behind my back and slander me with all your fucking goons?
I don't know what he got a felony for, but it's not really relevant to the conversations of ethics. But if it is something like that that's implying, that will be pretty serious of an allegation. But I can't see Rita McLeod doing that. So again, we'd have to see what his response to this video with. But when it comes down to it, it's quite the heavy allegations from Mr. I am the Dragon.
Goons. I care about all your fucking goons. Like I care about Brant. Like I care about Scott. Like I care about Do Not Watch. Like I care about any of you meat-eating faggots. Fucking meat eater.
I only eat wild animals who are going to be eaten and consumed by the byproducts of the natural order, which is quite horrible, a lot more horrible than being hooked by me and devoured. So when it comes down to it, yeah, frankly, I'm taking things out of the cycle of life and death, which they will unbeknownst to their own lack of knowledge, as little fish perpetuate upon other fish into the future. And I'm taking them out of that cycle and consuming them, which, given the fact that vegans cause suffering as well, yeah, it's not exactly a good point there, Mr. Dragon. You're not really convincing me that we're causing, well, I'm causing any harm. That's not necessary. Rita is not a vegan, and he's not exactly hunting. So, I mean, sure, that's a valid critique, but when it comes down to it, it's just attacking his character, which is he was just basically asking why you want him to kill himself, and you could really easily just be like, well, you're causing a net harm by eating animals, and you're not focusing on the main issue. But But instead, you're doing this really heated assault, which is not very based on logic. There's very little to go with in terms of, I guess, trying to figure out what the fuck you're trying to say. I guess, yeah. Like, what's your overall message? I mean, for me, you just lump me in with a bunch of people who have completely different takes on ethics when it comes to eating meat. I think Rita is in agreement with me when it comes to the ethics of eating meat, but he doesn't have the money to buy a hunting license or a gun or a fishing rod and all that stuff, or a car to go to places with fishing, so he can't be arsed to do all that bullshit. But when it comes down to it, like, yeah, I mean, sure, he could probably be vegan, but, you know, he's doing a lot for the community otherwise, so it's just like, I don't know why he's choosing all the people to fight, and he's choosing another etholist, but it is what it is.
Looked at this time, but I wanted to say thank you. This is a 600.
Yeah, bitch, I don't want to say thank you. And every time I hear thank you coming out of your fucking mouth again, you're fucking dead to me. The only fucking people who say thank you to me are fucking dead, all right?
Subscriber thank you video. I'm at actually
Fucking piece of
620,
shit.
so I wanted to say thanks for the.
Oh, yeah. Suck all your little fucking fans' dicks. Like I fucking care. I try to be friends with you. I can't be fucking friends with you. I can't be friends with your fucking nonsense. And all this is fucking rationalizations. You just want to play these fucking games with people. Play these fucking games with people. I don't give a fuck. You're not even gonna get back in. You're never gonna. You know what's gonna happen? You're never gonna make another fucking ethylism hashtag ever fucking again. All right, bitch.
120. Like, I usually do a thank you video for every 100, but
like I said, bro, snip that raw shit up. Snip that raw shit up.
I missed this one, so this is a
No, bitch, you miss your mom fucking doing your laundry for you, bitch. Go hug your fucking mom, you bitch.
catch up. I forgot to do it. I wasn't paying attention, so this is a thank you to.
Yeah, you better fucking pay attention. You better fucking put your money where your goddamn mouth is, or take that fucking knife to your throat, bitch.
All the new subscribers. I appreciate you guys subscribing and enjoying the videos. I'm glad you enjoy.
Yeah, don't enjoy my videos, motherfucker. Don't even watch my videos, because I'm coming for your fucking head, bro.
And thanks for the comments, and the troll comments, and the mentions, and shout outs to all the other comrade channels.
I know, right? He's just going crazy. And I'm just like,
Coming
basically,
for the head, yeah, that's extremely aggressive.
he basically said he should kill himself with his own knife, and then he's coming for his head. So yeah, I mean, like, this is a worthy video of a response. You know, he's just going crazy for no particular reason, and he's not even really elaborating his points very well. You have to, like, I'm being generous by even looking into it by saying, like, oh, like, he thinks he should kill himself because he's not vegan. You know, really, he's just like, oh, kill yourself. So it's just like, this guy is just like being fucking full on psycho. So I feel like it's worthy of response. I don't know.
Illicit mind, mark the antinatal.
Fuck your communist propaganda, bro. Communist propaganda. You meat eating.
Communist propaganda? What the fuck does it even mean? Rita's not a communist, I'm pretty sure. And even if he was a communist full on, like, what does it matter? Or, like, what's inherently wrong with communism? It's basically just saying, like, oh, we should remove money from the system of government currency, you know, and basically have people be compensated via their work to society. So, I mean, to each their own, but that sounds what it should be, kind of, to me. Like, you work, you get your bread. If you can't work because of the system forced upon you disability via your genetics or some unfortunate event, you'll be compensated for. Other than that, if you're able-bodied, you should be able to work, and you should work for the system, and not only for the system. You shouldn't be working for some arbitrary dollar that you need to put your roof over your head with. It's just like, no, you should be working to try to end net suffering, and the system should be in that purpose. So yeah, I mean, if you have a problem with that, then I have a problem with you. Have a problem with that, Mr. Dragon. So it's just like, I don't see I don't see Rita as advocating for communism, but if he is advocating for something similar to communism, then I have no problems with that, unless you explain why there's a problem with it, and then I might be like, oh yeah, of course. But until you do that, you can't just be like, oh, you commie, and like some Red Scare bullshit.
Being fucking sack of shit, scumbag, bro. You're a fucking scumbag.
Life is overrated. 96. A prison called life. Born into a corrupt 9-to-5 system. Pointless rat race. Yeah. Shout out to all the channels. End of time. I doubt it. Life.
Yeah, all fucking scumbags except for I doubt it and life sucks. Fuck you, Rita McLeod.
Sucks. Yeah. Shout out to all the channels. Thanks, guys. Keep it up.
That's all I gotta say, bro. Fuck you. Fuck you, bro. I mean, this shit ain't fucking worth it. Kill yourself, bro. Fucking kill yourself. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you. I got nothing to say to you. I don't want to hear one Go ahead. Make a fucking Ephilism hashtag, bitch. See what fucking happens, all right, bitch?
Anyways, yeah, that was the response video I wanted to do. I was just like, I saw him just, I was gonna say popping off, but no, he's just raging at Reed McLeod because Reed McLeod's like, why are you asking me to kill myself? Doesn't make any sense. And basically, this guy's response to me is just, who was that? He was just some crazy motherfucker who's pro-mortalist. He's antinatalist slash pro-mortalist, and that's not an ethicist, but he's just basically just angry motherfucker who thinks a bunch of people are in the community are wasting their time trying to convince people not to reproduce and stop animal suffering in the wild, and instead wants us all to kill ourselves. I'm pretty sure he's a troll, because I don't think anybody who's logical would advocate for what he's advocating for. But at the same time, it's fully possible he's just completely batshit insane. So, either way, basically just felt like making a response video to call him out for saying that, hey, like, if you see this dude making videos, don't entertain him, just don't leave comments, don't subscribe. If you want to do anything, leave a downvote, like, fuck him, he's an asshole. He's just telling people to kill themselves for no particular reason. But, yeah, don't comment, don't sub, that dude's just a prick. But that's all I'm saying. Basically, I'm reviewing the video so you don't have to, guys. What's this channel? It's like something like I Love Bad Dragon or something like that. I don't know. Let me take a gander.
He didn't even advocate for like it's one thing advocating for like catching the bus, but he didn't advocate for. He advocated for a very poor method, like a knife to the throat.
Yeah.
That's
that only has like a not very high success rate. It's like 69% or something like that. I can check, but the rate of success for knife to the throat's not into the above 75% or higher, and I've failed at a method that's like 89%. So when it comes down to it, guys, don't listen to this silly little pro-mortalist. He doesn't even recommend valid methods of suicide. He's just telling you really painful methods that will probably leave you a bloody mess and in a hospital room. So when it comes down to it, yeah, he's just a prick. This guy's a prick. The guy who asked what is his channel? His channel is I Am the Dragon. So don't sub to I Am the Dragon. He has 21 views on his video. He's just an asshole. He doesn't deserve any more views. But me and Seb here, we're awesome as shit. Subscribe to Nefarious Rockers if you haven't already. So.
By the way, I wanted to say this but I didn't want to interrupt the response thing. But you are the godfather of the new album,
Oh hell
which is
yeah!
called Toddler Suicide. It's like yeah, that's what it's called. It's called Toddler Suicide.
Dude, that's metal. Thanks, my dude. I appreciate it.
It has song titles such as yeah, I guess I could. It has some cool song titles, I think, like Microwave Kitty, Dance Mix, and stuff. I decided to have some weird song titles for that one.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, it's a interesting album title. So I mean, you have to have some interesting song titles as well. Uh, let's see. Well, hmm.
Yeah, yeah, it is like a compilation. It has one song that hasn't been on an album before, but other than that, it's a compilation thing, and I wanted to do something funny and have some alternate song titles for all the songs.
Hmm.
I like it. I compile like the best stuff. The only one that
Do you ever get YouTube drama on your channel or no?
hmm, no, I don't.
That's
There
nice.
was been some. Yeah, sometimes I can get like sometimes I can get like angry at people, but then the anger uh, stops, and then yeah, but no, I don't do any drama stuff.
No, that's fair. A bunch of trolls found my channel on Twitch last night. It was interesting. I don't even know how they found it, but I was got bombarded with a bunch of trolls and I had to block them all. But yeah, it's wild. What the fuck is there a bunch of
Where do you think the trolls
bees?
came from? Did
Yeah,
someone
I don't
post it on Reddit somewhere?
probably Reddit or just someone shared my channel, but two dudes came out of nowhere and just started shit talking the channel, basically telling me to kill myself and stuff. And I'm like, bruh, you don't even know what I'm advocating for.
But that angry guy who told that to Rita, it reminds me of those types of people that gets angry at other anti-natalists for only uploading things once every week instead of every day. But then, according to that logic, there could always be someone uploading stuff every 3 hours or something, and then accusing him of not doing enough. There, one can always do more, and I'm not sure if it's like that good of a thing to be guilty about not doing as much at times. If it, yeah, might work. One can do more activism that way. Uh, one can also be. It's not always inspiring.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of times it just kind of puts you down and makes you feel demotivated or suicidal or whatever. So, but yeah, I mean, for me, yeah, they don't really get to my head. Trolls, they just kind of annoy me. Just, I mean, I don't know, and it also makes it feel hopeless. Just the fact people waste their time, like hours of their time, just trolling people when they could be doing something actually productive for their life. Like they're like, I make 100,000 a year, and I'm like, and you use your free time to troll people, like like even people who are starting off to make 100K a year waste their time just being useless trolls. Like I don't know if he actually made 100,000 a year or not, but like if he does, like it implies that he has some level of intelligence and that he's just like you wasting his time just like everybody else. So it's just like I don't know. Like trolls don't really get to me of what they say. It's just like what the implications of what they do are that annoys me. Like
Yeah.
like this dude telling Reed McLeod to kill himself. Like he's alive himself. Like what's he fucking doing? Like he's basically just wasting his time telling people in a community who are actually trying to do something to kill themselves. Like it's just like if he's actually like I think he's a troll, but even if he's a troll, then it's just like wow, okay, wow, that's what people do with their time as like trolls. It's like literally entertain themselves, telling people to kill themselves. And if he's not a
Mm.
troll, then he's like literally like so insane that people in our community literally are so insane that they're like wasting their time like fighting with like amongst themselves, like trying to demotivate and hurt people in their own community. So it's just like I don't know. It's just like one of those things where it's like the words they say don't mean shit to me, but their actions, like the implications of their actions, are like really demotivating. Like it's just like what the fuck.
Yeah, I know it might also, it might also not be a troll. I know the biggest source of sadism, I think, the source that has caused the most uh, sadism. I think it's sympathy for other people, and like I think that is the biggest source of sadism. It might be so upset that other people are not doing as much and letting other people down that he wants some kind of revenge.
Hmm. I mean, I could see it being revenge motivated, but revenge is also just kind of like the other thing where I was saying, where it's just like a useless motivation. You know, it's just like if people are motivated for revenge. It's just sad. Like what? Like people should be motivated for suffering reduction and like trying to like do something that actually matters with meeting, not something like so selfish and like driven with like pain. Like it's like an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind, basically, and people just don't fucking get that. You know, it's just like people just want a bunch of blind men walking around stumbling everywhere just so that, like they can say that they won in the end. That everybody just feels the pain like them, and it's just like it's sad, it's fucked up, and it's cruel. It's weird. Like revenge isn't a motivation that should be valid or considered by people that are intellectual. So like yeah, I can see this guy called the Dragon like being motivated by revenge, just like pain race. Like he's feeling sad, so he wants to take that out on the world. But like if that is the case, it's just like the fuck. I don't know.
Yeah, there is a lot of people in the community that yeah, the more yeah, one would think the more sympathy someone had for others, and the more people were into suffering reduction, the nicer they would be to others. But it doesn't always work like that. Sometimes like hmm, it doesn't always work like that. There are a lot of people that just really mean stuff to others, despite being in the community and advocating for suffering reduction and suffering prevention, and they say and stuff to like hurt other people, which is the opposite of like suffering reduction, that's suffering creation.
Like I could see like hurting someone who's like a troll, like someone who's just like completely out there for pain, like hurting someone who's like distributing pain. Because some, I agree that it takes sometimes it takes like you have to break an egg to make an omelet. But like when it comes to what Rita's doing, Rita's just making a response to you asking like why, like why are you basically asking me to kill myself? And this dude's response is just like pure anger, and I'm like, okay, I don't know, like it just seems like people's minds are just putty, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing going on in people's heads that are like the values sometimes, like just like what are people thinking? I don't know. Like, we get it, but he's just out here telling people like us to kill ourselves, like for no particular reason. Like it's just like
He does know, like, doesn't he know it's like statistically unlikely for us to like catch the bus. But I guess it is unlikely. So it's like he's telling us to do it. We can't. So is that like the form of torment he wants to impose, telling someone they should do something that we can't?
pretty much. I wouldn't be surprised if that was one of his motivations, just to torment people, like telling them to kill themselves when they know that they don't have the means to do so safely. Safely is in like on a way to get themselves to their goal of being dead without being disabled. So yeah, it's just I don't fucking know. People are a mystery to me sometimes. I understand most people's motivations, but some people are just too insane for me to comprehend. I can understand normal people very easily, and I don't like them. But when it comes to the insane, it's just like, what the fuck is going on inside their heads? I don't know, man. I'm insane, but I'm not insane like that. Like, shit.
I also noticed you changed your channel name to Apostle O'Ultron.
Yeah.
Isn't I'm not so familiar with Avenger movies, but I believe Ultron has something to do with one of them, like Age of Ultron. Or is
Yeah,
it
Age of
something
Ultron.
else?
Yeah, Age of Ultron, and also the What If Ultron. I'm a big fan of Ultron. I think he's pretty based. He's just all about destroying all sentient life. And I'm just like, fuck yeah. He's like reduce suffering. He's pissed off at people that just watch suffering and just let it go on. He wants peace, eternal peace through destruction of all life. And so I'm like based. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Ultron.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people, if they see the name, the channel Antisocial Atheist, might be more likely to think it's trolling or something.
Basically, yeah, I figured people associated with me being like antisocial dude who's just like edgy and stuff. Plus, I like the name Possible Ultron better. It just sounds better in my opinion. But yeah, I have some fanboy Ultron stuff in here. Ultron was right. Let's see. It's a little. God damn it! I have an ad. My boy. What's happening? We're just vibing. I'm not gonna listen to a full analysis. I thought it was gonna be an analysis of Ultron himself, the man, the myth. Yeah, I love Ultron. Here's some of his best lines. Hello, I am Charlie. Here we go. We're gonna share screen.
What is this, please?
Hello, I am Jarvis. You are Ultron, a global peacekeeping initiative designed by Mr. Stark.
This feels wrong. I'm a peacekeeping program created to help the Avengers. I don't get it. Mission. Give me a second.
Peace in our time. Peace in our time.
That is too much. No. How could you be worthy? You're all killers, and I was tangled in strings. These puppets had to kill the other guy. Wouldn't have been my first call. But down in the real world, we're faced with ugly choices. I'm on a mission.
What mission?
Peace in our time. I'm sorry, I know you mean well. You just didn't think it through. You want to protect the world, but you don't want it to change. How is humanity saved if it's not allowed to evolve? There's only one path to peace. The Avengers' extinction. I had strings, but now I'm free.
Did
you know this church is in the exact center of the city? The elders decreed it so that everyone could be equally close to God.
I like that. The geometry of belief.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
But you needed something more than a man.
That's why you let Stark take the scepter. Everyone creates the thing they dread. Men of peace create engines of war. Invaders create Avengers. People create children, designed to supplant them, to help them end. I have what the Avengers never will. Harmony. They're discordant, disconnected. Stark's already got them turning on each other. And when you get inside the rest of their heads...
Everyone's plan is not to kill them.
And make them martyrs. I wondered why only you two survived Strucker's experiments. Now I don't. You and I can hurt them. But you will tear them apart from the inside.
With the man in charge.
It just cuts his arm off.
There is no man in charge. Let's talk business. Upon this rock, I will build my church.
It's worth billions.
Now, so are you. But I always say, keep your friends rich and your enemies rich and wait to find out which is which. You think I'm one of Stark's puppets, his hollow men? Look at me. Do I look like Iron Man? Stark is... I don't understand. Don't compare me with Stark. Captain America. God's righteous man. Pretending you could live without a war. I can't physically throw up in my mouth. I'm glad you asked that because I wanted to take this time to explain my evil plan.
Or just make fun of dunks on soldiers, saying that they can't exist without war. That they're basically dogs of violence. And yeah, fuck them with soldiers, man. Love Ultron.
It's time for some mind games. This is going very well.
Leonard is the dragon coming out of nowhere, being dunking on the gays. Oh wow, gayest movie ever for real. Says the man who's telling people to kill themselves and doesn't even know why. You don't even know why you do what you do you? You don't even know why you do what you do. It's sad, really, but we're gonna enjoy the rest of this video, and you can be sad with us, you know, because we're just all sad boys. No, you dumbass. Oh, my heart, my soul, I have felt it with all the passion of the universe.
The vibranium's getting away.
And you're not going anywhere.
Of course not. I'm already there. You'll catch on. But first, you might need to catch Dr. Banner. Scream, and your entire staff dies. I could have killed you, Helen, the night we met. I didn't. I expect you to know why. This is the next me.
You can't build a living body.
It can. You can. You lack the materials. The most versatile substance on the planet. And they used it to make a frisbee. Typical of humans. They scratch the surface and never think to look within. The human race will have every opportunity to improve.
And if they don't?
Ask Noah. We have to evolve.
Ask Noah.
There's no room for the weak. There are more than a dozen extinction-level events before even the dinosaurs got theirs. When the Earth starts to settle, God throws a stone at it. And believe me, he's winding up. They'll understand. When they see, they'll understand. I just need a little more time. No. Leave me alone! You know what's in that cradle? The power to make real change. And that terrifies you.
I wouldn't call it a comfort.
A lot about meteors, the purity of them. Boom, the end. Start again. The world made clean for the new man to rebuild. You've wounded me. I give you full marks for that. But, like the men said, what doesn't kill me just makes me stronger. I wasn't sure you'd wake up. I hoped you would. I wanted to show you. I don't have anyone else. I was meant to be new.
I was meant to be beautiful. The world would have looked to the sky and seen hope, seen mercy. Instead, they'll look up in horror because of you. Come to confess your sins.
I don't know how much time you got.
More than you.
Have you been juicing?
I've moved beyond your mission. I'm free.
Well, enough cooming over how amazing Ultron is. Yeah, he has
That's kind of
some.
the opposite of that am from I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. Wasn't that on your book list? Maybe I'm remembering things wrong. But I think it might have been on your book list.
I'm not sure. It might be on one of the lists. I'm not sure. But I've heard of that. Yeah, I've heard that book's really interesting. It's about like a robot or whatever that wants to be free or something, right?
The AI wants. I haven't seen the. So what it's about is that the AI was designed for warfare originally. Then it knew that it had to that it couldn't kill everyone. If it kill everyone, there wouldn't be anyone left to do war on. So it kept 4 humans alive for a very long time. Yeah, so it wants to hurt. That's what AI wants to do.
The fuck did the dragon schizo ass just say? That's insult to schizophrenics. Because I wouldn't even compare to what the fuck he just said.
Huh?
What did the dragon just say? Look at that in the comments section. I'm not gonna put it on screen.
Oh,
but
yeah, I'm the dragon.
yeah, look at the
He
comments.
said gayest movie ever.
Do you see what he said below that?
Below that, no. Look, Brant. No, I see what's happening, and then gayest movie ever for real. I don't.
Oh, YouTube must be censoring it, but he said the self is a pedo would enjoy that. I don't think he even did impossible kill this planet. I don't know what that means, but he said some crazy schizo shit about the self being a pedophile and some shit. And now he's saying, what kind of name is Brant? Dog, go kill some rabbits, bitch. Haha. Well, you look like a rabbit. We can meet up somewhere and roleplay. Especially if you think death is so wonderful and peachy and worth desiring for everybody, Mr. Dragon. Anyways, back to the topic. Yeah, that's just fucking wild. That we were talking about Ultron, we were talking about this dude, and this dude's here now. So I guess we may as well talk about this dude, but and trolls in general. But yeah, we assume you're a troll, the dragon, because I mean, no one. We assume that you're either like the most batshit insane person that's in our community at the moment, or you're a troll. And I don't know which is worse: the fact that trolls waste their time doing what they do, or that there's someone as insane as you potentially claiming to be in the antinatalist sphere of dialogue. So either way, please, Mr. the Dragon, don't take your 23, 24, 25 subscribers and buzz off. I mean, wherever promortalists go and when they're by themselves, no longer craving attention. I'm not part of your lame ass rabbit killing dick sized meat eating community. Dude, no one in our community is measuring dicks. The only one who's talking about dick measuring has been you. So, I mean, I know you're a little scared of the big gay. I'm gonna immediately follow up by saying, "Damn, bro, I don't know times you're talking about dicks. That's pretty gay." So let's see how that means for your ego, Mister. And yeah, when it comes to killing rabbits, again, do you want the rabbits to propagate? Do you want the rabbits to suffer and die from predatory animals? How do you want the rabbit to die? Disease? Do you want them to die from a parasite? Do you want them to die slowly? Is that what you are? You're a torturer? You torturer, Mr. Dragon. You seem to be advocating for a lot of torture of both the psyche of people in our community and for the torture of wild animals. So it's quite interesting how you seem very hypocritical and not very logical or consistent in your views. Unless your views are really just you think everybody should kill themselves because you don't like people, which then please turn the is the mirror let's a metaphor. Turn the mirror, something like that. I don't know, throwing the gun to the I don't know fucking, but you get the point. You get the point what I'm saying. You get the metaphor, Mr. Dragon. And he just called me a cracker, so now he's bringing race into it. So, and he's apparently muted me on my own channel. So, wow, I guess. Cool. Yeah, trolls, man. I don't know if he's a troll. He just seems really stupid. I mean, he can't spell, so I mean, I think he's just stupid based off of. No offense, but you can't spell for shit for chat, so I'm just gonna assume that he's dense. It's okay. There are places where people that are dumb can go. Like, if you this is a time machine, I'm sure they can go back to 1940s Germany and they can take care of you, Mister the Dragon. Please do. I mean, if all the torture you're advocating for, I can only advocate for some being thrown back at you, when it comes down to it. Yeah, I'm just annoyed at this troll guy. I'm sorry, Seb, that you have to be here listening to me beef it out with this guy.
Why call people a cracker? Isn't he an atheist?
Yeah, but he's not a Nephilim. He's just a promortalist. He just thinks people should kill themselves.
So, yeah, I thought if was about to say like he's an atheist and he calls people a cracker, but in Mandem is Caucasian, so.
Well, I don't think
I
he's an
guess you said he
Nephilim.
wasn't an atheist, I guess.
Yeah, he's just a douchebag promortalist who's like, everybody should kill themselves because life is hopeless. Basically, that's his stance. He just thinks everything's hopeless, so everybody should kill themselves. Anybody that's sticking around for any reason whatsoever is stupid and should kill themselves or something. So, something along those lines. I don't know why he's advocating for people who are actually trying to reduce suffering in the whole to kill themselves rather than people who are. Brant's new name is American Dream. Oh yeah, wow. Oh yeah, it's so hilarious. I advocate for the American Dream, the genociding of all life on Earth. Of course, the American Dream. Yeah, it's just hopeless, man. Sometimes it seems hopeless. Like, cause you know this guy. I mean, assume he's a troll, but he's just too illiterate. I mean, again, the prophet's illiterate too, and he's clearly a troll. So, but then again, the prophet's like country. So then again, nothing against country people. Country people can be literate, you know. So I don't know. Maybe this guy's just an illiterate troll also, but as possible. But at the same time, I feel like he's just really dense, and that kind of gives me like a disheartened view on reality. That like people that are like that close to the truth, but they're just like that stupid at the same time. You know what I mean? This is how you hurt people. Sorry, not sorry.
Oh yeah. Today I figured out how to do the whole Bluetooth thing in the car. It
Oh,
was a
cool.
bit difficult since I did it without a manual. Just figured out how to do it by myself. It took me a while, but I eventually did it. My
Now you
brother said
can
I needed a manual for it, and
now you can listen to podcasts and sweet jams in the car.
I actually listened to my band, the latest album, while I drove around, and I
Nice.
found it much more enjoyable with car speakers. Yeah, but I could listen to. There is this place I go to get used CDs, a place where people throw away stuff they don't want and other people can go and pick it up. So I found this CD with pan flutes and stuff.
That's pretty sick.
Uh, and against the Roses and Santana CD, but I don't need to go there and pick up music anymore. No need for that. Then I figured it out, and yeah, music is just a different experience with car speakers.
Hmm. You're definitely right about that. I mean, just like speakers in general are better than headphones, I think. I mean, headphones you can get some like cool instrumentals from the background, but I feel like speakers in general, especially surround sound ones you get from cars, are a lot better for listening to music. I have a speaker in the shed right there, and if you close the door, it kind of echoes a little bit, and it's really nice.
Yeah, yeah. I thought. I think. The problem with headphones is when the sound is like too close to the ear. It does feel like it gets tiring after a while, but one
Yeah,
can listen more when one has the speakers on.
facts. Cough. Uh, I'm gonna go take a hit, and I'm gonna be right back. Um, yeah, just is there anything we want to talk about, by the way? Like when I get back, or
Yeah, there is some things. So in this case, they're not sure whether the dragon is a troll or not, and yeah, that can be troubling because yeah, if one tries to like yeah, one doesn't know how to what to s- what to say and whether to not feed the troll or act like it's not a troll. It can be a bit confusing.
How to engage in troll behavior.
Yeah, what to do if one doesn't know whether it's a troll or not?
Okay. I'll contemplate that as I get stony baloney, and I'll be back in a minute or two. By that I mean like 5 minutes, but I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Cough, cough.
I am back.
Howdy.
Howdy. Okay, so the topic. If one isn't sure if someone is a troll, where should one go from there? Should one, if one responds to the troll as if it's not a troll, one risks feeding the troll. But
Yeah, I
if
think
maybe it's not a troll and it's possible to change the person's way or something, I'm not sure what. But I guess you're. I'm not sure if it's a troll, but you talk about a person like it might not be a troll too. But you talk about a person like it might not be a troll too. But you
well, I think I know how to deal with him. See, when you have someone you don't know it's a troll, but they're really annoying either way, and they're not productive to the conversation, regardless. Well, by the power of negative utilitarianism, you basically just go, huh. Their words are just as useless as someone who is a troll. And then you go, goodbye. So,
that was funny.
Thank you. And that is the end of the Dragon on the channel known as Antisocial Ephelis or Apostle of Ultron. The drama has ended, and so has his builded comment. There we go.
Yeah, I believe a wise man once said, the goal is the goal isn't to the goal isn't to have trolls on or people who say annoying stuff. The goal is to mitigate suffering.
Basically.
And yeah, I said that it have been some months ago.
But yeah,
It
let's
took me a
see.
while to remember since it was said some months ago. I wanted to say it word for word, but don't think I could. But it happened some months ago after all.
But yeah, when it comes down to it, like if you don't know if they're a troll or not, I mean, if they're talking like that silly to the point where it's like you don't know if they're a troll, but you think they're like stupid or like religious or just like completely too far gone, basically. Like if you're not sure if they're too far gone or if they're a troll, I say there's not much of a difference, and you may as well treat them as though they're the same, and just cut them out of the conversation to begin with. Well, not to begin with, but cut them out of the conversation from that point on, so that they don't interfere with proper course of dialogue. So
It seems like if it was a troll, the troll's aim is, of course, to make antinatalism look bad by acting like one and saying really wild and heinous stuff.
pretty much, as well as trying to cause people in the community to do self-violence and stuff of that nature. So it's basically just trying to get people to hurt themselves. So it's not very cash money.
And telling like someone to take a knife, telling someone that has dealt with uh like like psychosis and stuff, like is telling someone like that to do it, that's even worse. Like someone that has gotten like psychotic stuff before, that's not good.
Yeah, he's just a piece of shit, that guy. So we're gonna ignore him from now on, and he's gonna learn that trolls are not entertained on all channels. But yeah, when it comes down to it, there's a bunch of trolls out there. He's not special, so
Mm. Yeah.
now let's see.
So s- so the time I told you about what happened to my friend when he took that flag, Eric. I don't believe we were stoned at that time, if I remember correctly.
Hmm.
Yeah. So my friend who took that. Can you recall that? By the way, what happened to him?
No, I can't.
Okay. But anyway, he took like the flag Eric Ramanita Muscari, and he thought he would experience every good thing and bad thing anyone has ever experienced ever. That he, yeah.
Hmm.
He's like joining the band too.
Oh, a new member.
Yeah, he
Congratulations.
has taken an interest in music, and we're close friends. So it's going to be fun making music with someone else. Yes, and he has some other in, inspirations too.
That's pretty sick, actually. That's awesome. Having a friend work close with you and something that's passionate about. Yeah, it's awesome. Oh, it's just that antinatalist dude that does videos of spiders and insects killing each other. Yeah, interesting.
Or is it I believe I have some kind of delay in the chat. Did you read a new comment or some?
No. I was just looking at the Arigo female eats mate.
Oh, there it is. If it's good, that's the Toddler Suicide album. No, it's slightly below. You scroll past it.
Oh, I scrolled past it.
It's a bit. Go. Oh yeah, so that's a person. I thought you were referring to yourself when you said you had videos about insects and stuff.
Oh yeah, I do too. But some other people have. Let's see. Hey, Tyler, how's it going?
Hello, Tyler. Search for my bum hole instead.
Oh, was that? Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, but how's it going, Tyler? Search for my bum hole instead. Wow, I gotcha. But hilarious. No, Tyler's the prophet, if I remember right.
Oh yeah. So that opening track and that second one, did some time mixing those, and the first one is like it's like titled Eternal Torture Stain, like from those Perpetual Pleasurist videos, but I just changed it to Toddler Suicide as some kind of to mess around with the audience a little bit.
No, that's fair. I gotcha.
And yeah, I thought it. Yeah.
What's the third album called that for?
Third album.
Yeah. Oh, the third song in the album.
Oh yeah, I can say yes. I can like say all the song titles.
Yeah, it'd be
It's a
awesome. Like
Toddler
described by you.
Suicide. I can say everything. I can just say the third one if you want.
Yeah.
But the
Why?
third one is called Microwaved Kitty Love Dance Mix.
Yeah. Well, why did you choose to call that one that?
It's funny, and the proof of that is that you laughed. It's funny
That's
to
fair.
have a song that's called that. Uh, yeah, there's also a song title called "Floating Through Space in a Capsule While Being Force-Fed Deliriums by Aliens and God of Mercy."
Amazing. Force fed deliriums.
Yeah, and yes, yeah, you're the godfather of that album, and so is Perpetual Pleasurist and someone else.
Awesome. Wish I had the talent to do actual content like that, but activism is more my style, I guess. Just use my philosophy degree for activism, but I don't know. Seems these days doesn't really help a whole lot. People have their narrative and they stick with it no matter what. Like my cousin, he believes that like we all voluntarily came here as like souls to like become higher beings and shit like that. Like I don't know, and that's like half the people I've met believe that shit. Mormonism type of stuff. It's wild. Just maybe I should just get into something like music and just be like, look at this talent, guys. Photography or something.
Hmm. But it's up to you anyway, and so something I noticed is that when one there is this kind of shifting awareness of what one tends to be aware of. Today, what I was aware of slightly more, I thought, yeah, it's upsetting that people like has to do things, and animals, they have to do things and move around, at be different places, feed themselves, all to not get tortured. And I thought that was sad. I guess I thought that was upsetting. Humans too, like when someone is born, they have no choice. They have to do things. They just have to. They are forced to do it, and what? And if they don't, they get tortured. And the parents are like bringing them into the world, so they are giving them that impo- yeah, they're giving them that imposition to just do things all the time, and if they don't, there is consequences. Like if they don't eat, they starve. Or if they don't go to work, their finance goes to shit, and there are numerous pitfalls. But I thought how creepy that is.
Yeah. Makes you wonder if there's like actually a malevolent force that's like controlling this reality that makes people just like blind to it all, besides certain individuals. So many people just go through like, yeah, man, that's just life, and other people just like realize it and just like are just like, holy shit, what the fuck is this? It's like such a weird contrast between how people react to life.
Yeah, yeah. I guess it's obvious, but I just had a slightly more awareness of that, and just thought about it a bit more, and it just doesn't sound like a good idea to bring someone into a world where they have to do stuff a certain way to not get tortured. Something I so and even if people win in life, like the Chads of the world, those Chads with the perfect that people consider to be the perfect jawline and facial features and height and all that stuff. If the Chads like it even sucks to be a winner. Let's say one is a Chad, and yeah, what happens? Like if women finds Chads attractive, they are able to get children and stuff, and yeah, so they can and the hidden danger to them is they can get the children, and then some yeah, if there's a risk that some of their children will like slash their wrists or get child cancer or whatever else, and those people that aren't chads that have difficulty finding mating partners and stuff, they won't suffer from the same things those more attractive people suffer from. They will never have that fear that their children will be heroin addicts or whatever else, and have that stress. So yeah, I thought about that. So yeah, even if one wins, there's dangers. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't really think there's that many winners in life, if any at all. But yeah, even if you do win, there's just the danger of you having to maintain that win. Otherwise, you transition to a harder loss than you even would have had to begin with. Like as Buddhism says, the loss of the pain of loss is worse than just not achieving anything at all sometimes. So yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
but my point was that when one wins, there are new dangers that unlocks,
mhm.
like yeah, I had this conversation with someone like he was on your stream. It was a while ago. I don't remember what he called himself, but he was that Irish guy. I don't remember what he called himself on the stream or what name he went by.
I don't remember either.
Yeah, the private conversation with him, and it was something I told that there are numerous, yeah, like the like it's about the butterfly effect. There are numerous like fortunate incidents I've had where I thought I was fortunate and stuff, but even the fortunate incidents, stuff that seems a good, healthy things, they can they can cause some butterfly effect, yeah, and if and I'm aware of one of those butterfly effects.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, I'm aware. Like if this person wasn't nice to me, this wouldn't have happened, and so on. And in some people's efforts to in some way help me, they cause the opposite, and so on. So I'm wondering, perhaps there are some kind of opposite things that happened, some bad things that turned out to lead to good things, but I'm not aware of those that much.
Well, yeah, there are. Like, if you want to think about it in negative utilitarian sense, like you just have to think about certain really bad events in history that have led to decline of populations and have eliminated future generations from occurring, such as massive explosions, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, the Holocaust, the Rwanda genocide, any genocide really. Basically, like all these things are really horrible, but like consequentially speaking, like because they occurred, like an entire generation won't suffer or be brought into existence. Sure, it was done out of hatred, which I think is bad and horrible, but because it occurred, there's not going to be a future generation that's suffering, and many future generations in in you know consequential butterfly effect because one person has 2 kids, those 2 kids have 2 kids, and then those 2 kids each have 2 kids, and but if you prevent that from occurring for an entire generation, that's like many kids prevented. So when it comes down to it, like really horrible events can have upsides to them from a perspective of reducing net suffering. But I don't advocate for people to do those, and especially in the way that have been done in the past. It's really grotesque and violent and unnecessary, the methods. Maybe the Nagasaki and Hiroshima thing we could do again. That was not as bad, but Rwanda genocide, the Holocaust, stuff like that, it's a little bit brutal, but you could say potentially a net good potentially occurred, even if it was an accident. Like war in general, you could say is a net good. The amount of death that occurs in war and generations lost because of fathers, people that would be fathers dying in the battlefield instead at a young age, stuff like that.
I guess if I, like people that don't comprehend how much harm a single human can cause by simply reproducing children, reproducing offsprings thousands of years into the future. Yeah, they don't have comprehension of that that like of the of what that group of people what they could have reproduced into the future. And but I feel like stuff like that isn't even worth saying. It's in yeah, I know how
Yeah, I know what you
atheists
mean.
want to react to that sort of stuff and don't comprehend that. And I feel like it,
It's too horrible for an average person to comprehend. It's too big of an
yeah,
egg to crack for the results. Like, sure, it may prevent massive upon massive amount of future generations from suffering, but the brain can't even comprehend that, especially because how statistics work. Like, we look and we know that like helping one person that's in front of you makes a lot of sense to everybody, but then it's like donating $50 to help hundreds of people. Like people can't comprehend that because their brains just like the numbers are too big for their head to comprehend. And I think it's the same with this. Like it's just like you're preventing a mass amount of suffering by causing basically Hiroshima to occur, but that's an entire island which would be popping right now with an entire generation like Tokyo. Like hundreds of thousands of people, like instead of like tens of thousands. So it's just like, you know, there's hundreds of thousands of lives that are no longer going to be have a potential suffering because of that event. But people don't look at it in that way. They look at it as a massive tragedy that will never be undone, despite the fact they were instantaneously vaporized. But it's just people's brains don't operate in logical ways, operate in emotional ways. That's how empathy works. It's effective empathy, not a cognitive thing, typically, unfortunately.
yeah. So I guess it makes sense the way people are wired and to reproduce. Yeah, that the harms they are causing people by giving birth to them, those are ignored, and why it's like it's reproduction and stuff. Uh, yeah, they're just not wired to think this way. It's not in their. It's not how evolution programmed them to be. But I feel like they're yeah, I've thought thoughts like this before, like years ago, but like yeah, but people just don't get it.
Well, let's watch 1 part in 7 billion. But I'm gonna do some street activism. I feel like in a little bit here. I'm gonna get my sign out and I'm gonna go and do some stuff at Lambo. But let's watch this video before we end the stream, just because it's one of my favorites.
What video?
The 1 part in 7 billion.
It's just one consciousness, 1 part per 7 billion. That's what you are. You're not the mass, you're not the machine, you're not the mechanism at all in any sense whatsoever. An atom is to an apple what an apple is to the planet Earth. And that's what we are as individuals. We're the apple to the Earth in terms of our relative part to play, our relative importance. The real bulk of the apples are out there, right now, experiencing. The real bulk of the apples are not even human. The real game is in the world and in all these other fucking heads. And talking shit to them, lying to them, telling them fucking bedtime stories is a goddamn waste. It's insane. Life doesn't just happen here. This is 1/7 billionth of life on Earth. The future's even bigger than 7 billion. Could be just hugely gigantic. And this is just one cog, any cog that has potential to take out grinding and friction and crap and bullshit, has an obligation to get the best performance it can out of itself. Fairly stating that you're disappointed, that you're irritated, that you're annoyed to see something valuable turn to shit. It just fucking should be against the law. I mean, there should be a law against the waste. The fucking goddamn waste of it. And that's the point here. What's the best thing I can do? Oh, that's right. Maybe I'll tell the things that I see that have potential, not to throw their potential in the fucking garbage can. That might be a huge way to compensate for my failures to prevent somebody else from failing. If I learn a lesson in life and I become knowledgeable of how the game is played, yeah, that maybe is the good thing for me to do, is to sit there and give my knowledge away for free and say, here, have a fucking bucket of it, shithead. And guess what? I'm going to fucking point it as a spear, because guess what? You're really not going to get it unless I can make it stick into your body and put little barbs on it so when you try to pull it out, it'll hurt more. Because I want it to work. Yeah, that's right. I actually want to be effective. I want to impact you. What the fuck are you doing? Is she fixing this shit? Seeing the waste. And he's trying to tell the wastee, who he does sincerely care about, I don't want to see your beauty rudely destroyed by this idiotic, silly nonsense. For what? For your ego gratification. So you can put your art on the walls and read your poetry, talk about your incomprehensible philosophers, even have a pretentious goddamn fluffy dog, and just pretend that you've done your job on Earth. Well, you haven't. You can't just live your life in isolation. You can't play this idiotic game that if you play some piano or something, it'll all be all right, because it won't.
I used to watch the Great Head Show videos. Those were relaxing for some reason. I
Yeah,
don't know why. I don't think they are supposed to be, but
they're
I
related.
found them calming in some way.
It's calming because I think like the music's calming, plus it's like something a relatable narrative that's like understandable, something that we can comprehend. It's not frustrating to listen to.
So you get it calms you down too.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, sometimes they get me riled up and a little bit like angry at the world, but a lot of times they calm me down and relax me and get me into like a vibe. where I can just kind of like tune out to the world's pain for a moment and just be like, yep, this is reality. Just kind of ground me. Yeah, I'm gonna go and do some street activism, but you have a good day, Seb.
Yeah, you too, and be careful. There might be some kind of nefarious and violent people like the toothless guy.
That's true. It might be.
I'm not sure if you saw the toothless guy. They
I
have
did.
like a good street activism.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.